Hello everybody, this is match number 2 in the best of 3 for the first Wargame European Escalation Invitational Finals. So, in the blue, we have, currently rated number 1 on the ladder, Tigga. And in the red, we have the Pact player. And number 2 on the ladder, Komaromi. So, last game, Tigga definitely took one off of komaromi. And so we're looking at a lot of, really weird maps you don't see in 1v1. This one, looks like a much smaller no, this is actually a 1v1 map. And this is actually a really popular one. So there are a lot of tactics for this map. The goal here in this map is to get a foxtrot in golf, because they are worth 4 points per second. So usually what a lot of people will do is they'll move their command from here and from here, move them to Echo and Bravo, and then they'll have another command kind of station for Foxtrot and Golf, and then so this very linear war starts waging. But then you see lots of changes in this tactic. Some people go in the all-in rushes. Some people go stick to this base and take Alpha instead. Lots of different diverging paths. So looking at the loadouts we have here, we have for Tigga, who has lots of zippos, yeah, the Fuchs. There's no K in there, guys, don't worry. Actually, a lot of zippos, a lot of Fuchs, a lot of Spartans. It's a really different build from what we did last time. Well, last time he used Pact, so you have the AMX 10P, lots of Rolands, which are anti-aircraft. Just a really solid looking set of units. And he has a transfer helicopter again. He did that play before, and you can try it again. Over here for komaromi, we have another command, lots of Scots, and yes, some topazes, which are also very good. When I play, I'll be honest, I just use pretty much all topazes and just wreck kids. Some people say I'll use all Scots, and it's pretty much the same rush, infantry rush, and yeah, flamethrower vehicles. So we're both looking at two very, very balanced sets of units here. So we're going to push ahead, and let's see what these two champions decide to go with, who have basically the exact same type of units, except, maybe some transport helicopters to make the difference. So it looks like both players are going to keep their main base. Or are they? Yeah, it looks like they're both keeping their main base, and they're both dashing towards the middle. We have komaromi's taking position in the woods here, and, Tigga, it's really getting confusing, these guys' names after switching up, has created a lineup of units in base. Okay, yeah, so, okay, they have done exactly what I said they're going to do. They just delayed it a little bit. Komaromi has taken Bravo, and we have seen Tigga take Echo. And since Komaromi bought the extra command, he has in fact taken Hotel as well, and now they're both stationed around these 4 points. And I honestly think Tigga has a better position just because he carries more ground. So we do have a Scout Rush coming in, which is, once again, very cheap units, and you can just drop them in place to get these expensive units. And it's being supported by these TO-55 flying mobs, which are just stunning things left and right. So now, as it gets in close, he's got to drop off the Scots, and just, it's going to trade very, very effectively once these guys in range. But he does have some zippos here supporting, just cleaning up all these infantry. Right now, Tigga is doing very, very well defending this little push. And in fact, he lost one really big vehicle there, and that puts Komaromi in the lead. That's actually the value of that rush. Even though Tigga killed every single unit that came at him, he lost one vehicle, which is very expensive. And so the trade worked out very well for him. So now he's moving out with 2 AMX infantry carriers of his own to try and clean up this flank right here. So you have TO-55s winding up their main gun, trying to take out this Weissel MK-20, I think. Maybe these genres. I honestly wish that they would just make, anglicized names, because some of these names on the units are ridiculous. Like these Weasels NK-120s. We got a flank over here, Chasseurs Farmers. Very, very popular units. The AMX 10Ps are getting wiped out, though, by these really weird choice. Resolute Eagles, which are anti-aircraft infantries. prisoners are getting some shots off on these T-62 tanks, which are running away. Komaromi definitely learned his lesson last time about overcommitting. The TO-55s are going to flame these guys out and just really drain them out. So we do have an expansion, has been laid down by Tigga. It looks like, ooh, we have some artillery fire here. What are these? The M270 MLRS rockets, which are basically like the NATO equivalent to the Bertino or the Smirch, which are very, very popular rocket launchers. And do very good against tanks, especially. So he's definitely pushing up, taking position. If he can secure Foxtrot, that would be huge. And that's exactly what he's going for. He's going to put this in Foxtrot and get all those extra points. Komaromi massively right now. The Zippos are going to intersect this armored personnel carrier. The T-62s are unloading on this anti-tank position here. And we have some TOWs, which are basically like just jeeps with rockets on them. See if I can get a picture of these dudes. You know, they look really pathetic, actually. Like, yeah. Just imagine if someone walks up to you with one of these things and you're in a tank. You're not going to feel that threatened, but they do insanely high damage. The downside to them is that they have very little ammo. And in order to use these effectively, you really have to keep them constantly resupplied. So, you know, Tigga's really going to have to use a lot of supply trucks, keep those guys supplied to really ward off these forces effectively. So they are winding up. This is not going to be a really good trade here, though. These rockets for those topazes. Topazes are not exactly the most expensive unit. And the nice thing with the TOW, though, is they do have great accuracy, so they are very likely to hit. Yeah, the Pietro Zemeckis, Zemex, stupid names that I can't pronounce. I need to learn more languages. This is getting ridiculous. The only languages I know are dead languages. T-62s might try and knock at the Zippo. Doesn't really see the Frontier here though. The Frontier. He's still running out this with Pietro Zemeck. I wouldn't advise it. I would just stick them in the woods here, keep position. Although I do see what he's doing. See, these TOWs here can't actually attack the rifle squad. Right? Because they only have rockets. Rockets can't attack rifle squads. So he's going to try and rush up and just take out these TOWs with infantry. Not too dumb. But unfortunately there's some weasels here which are, you know, pushing him back. Now he's kind of learned onto it, he's moving back. So very, very clever play. Looks like the Cobras are going to hit these Scots, which are forced to unload. And really have no place to call covers. These Cobras might just pick these units off completely. It is still anyone's game. This has been quite the little up and down game we've seen. Where now Tigga's in the lead, and Komaromi's in the lead, and back and forth. So the Scots are going to try and rush up, take out the Cobra. Cobras are, you know, worth about 50, 60. The Scots are worth about 10. So if he can do this, it'll be a pretty massive trade for him. The T-62s are moving into position to try and take the town, along with these BTR Zalos, their prototypes, and the Tunguska anti-aircraft units. Looks like he's giving up a lot of position here. In fact, where's his other base at? Did he get it sniped? Is that why he's back in the game? So more Cobras are coming up, and this position is really for naught, as these Scots are kind of pinned down, they're rooted and stunned, which means they are running around in place. Tanks are moving into support. I don't know what they're going to aim for. Maybe the Frontiers here, maybe the Zippos. Where is his other command at? I think he just lost it, and that's why the game's so close right now. So you can see, like, Tigga style, he has cheap recons on the edges of the borders, just to kind of protect that flank. Over here we see like some attempt at sneaky play, just basically just sticking there for now. Maybe they'll come and play later. Ooh, and here comes Z rockets. Are they going to hit a decent cluster? That's the question. And no, not quite effective. Those rockets are very, very good, but only really great when you have a lot of clustered units. So we're going to see the TOWs are moving back up the weasels, taking position, and they're going to get warded off by these artillery fire. No, yes, just the artillery fire is going to push them away. And we do a new flank forming along the top here. I think Komaromi, knowing that he's now one base down, actually they're both one base down. No, never mind, there's their base, I'm wrong. Yeah, he's really feeling like he has to act, because you really can't let your opponent just sit there and macro up. You kind of have to do something. You have to try and take out his base as well. And that's what it looks like he's going for. It looks like he's going to try and get out of this way and just run this down. And we do have some rocket fire stunning things left and right. Didn't do insanely high amounts of damage. It did knock out some of these BTR-70 Zalo's life. And the toads are going to pretty much wipe this out pretty easily. Actually, maybe not. Toads are actually, like I said, very weak. There's little jeeps with rocket launchers on them. We'd have the Zaloist bypassing all this though, and just trying to rush in. Looks like he's going for a command kill, and just try to knife out anything he can on the way. He's really just bypassing this entire line here, which is pretty bold. He doesn't have any real recon in the area though, and ooh, that was the rocket launch I was talking about. Wiped out an entire unit. You got the Tunguska stuck in place. T-62s are totally stuck here. They cannot move. They're pinned down. Zalos haven't cleaned up. These T-62s do not long for this world. Over here, looks like we had a small push over here from a red tech player, komaromi. He's really trying to surround this force here and wipe them out. And he is actually been quite effective with it. These guys really have nowhere to go. If they go in the woods, they're going to get caught by the Prozikulas and the BTRs. And they might get away just because these Fusiliers, which are like your engineering squad in the game. I think they're the engineering squad. So we do have these Fusiliers here in position right here. You can just flame them down quite easily. And these units are desperately trying to evacuate. They do not want to be here. So we have a new position rise. T-62s are coming in for these Weisels, looks like, or maybe they're going for these toes in the back. Yeah, they're going for the toes in the back. Pretty much the smart choice. They're not really cost-effective trading, though. Here comes the Cobras, though. This is really what Komaromi is afraid of. Tigga's Cobras, and there's a lot of them. There are so many of them. There's no way this T-62 with its limited anti-air is going to be able to deal with all of these. And a lot of them land. Just, you know, they've pretty much exhausted all their ammunition and now they're running away. They got some good free shots in. So you have the Grenzer recon squad coming in to try and take out this anti-tank team. And, you know, these Cobras are covering. We have Berserk Eagles carry anti-air units as well. And a lot of mixed units here. So this might be a really poor trade for Tigga if he just overcommits here, which he shouldn't. But he does have a lot of units, and that's what really is killing right now. Just how many of these he has. You know, he's not trading the best, but he's taking it this front line. There's still some Berserker Eagles, now they're all dead. The BTRs are still firing. It looks like Tigga is going to clean this up. We have some T-62s here firing on the URLs, getting some free pot shots. And ooh, all cleaned up. These T-62s are forced to run, but it looks like they're routed as the Cobras retreat to refuel. So it looks like the Fusiliers have taken a position here on the road. It's going to be really hard for him to resupply from this point on. You do have an evacuation of the Scots. The motorcycles are charging forward, and we're trying to take out these Fusiliers, which have taken position inside the building. Call this gas. You just got to shoot the gas cans, really, guys. Alright, so a little bit of lull in the action. So in this time we're going to take a look at the cities. Hello city. I get a little, looks like a lot of gasoline here. Looks like it's an oil town. Yep, definitely an oil town. What kind of car is that? Is that some sort of Euro car? Maybe? Like one of them, those Skodas, maybe? Anyway, moving on. Looks like Tigga's really heavily invested into this Cobra harassment strategy, where he's just going to pick off any units he can with rockets from Cobras. And he does have a tow in place right here to deal with these T-62s, and he's getting some shots off, so we might see the death of at least 4 T-62s as they are getting rocked by anti-tank and by Cobras. Then ends the game. So it looks like we have an end to the tournament. Tigga has in fact 2-0'd Komaromi. I'd like to thank you guys for watching another great match, and hope you guys look forward to the next tournament. See you guys then.